Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of
HR Won't Like This.
And I'm Amy,
And I'm Daniel.
and today we're going to talk about a very.
A very sensitive topic lah.
Is it sensitive or is it a bit?
It's a touchy-feely kind of topic that, it's like, how to say? You know like a recovering wound?
Mm-hmm.
And then like it's very tender, right? And just like, you keep on pressing and pressing and
And
pressing.
then today we're just going to like rip that band-aid off.
Yes!
So today we're going to talk about a bit of a controversial topic and sensitive topic to certain companies.
Within the corporate ecosystem lah, it's like
I don't
sensitive.
think it's just corporate. I think it's everything.
But I think the corporate people are a little bit more bitchy about it. You know, like, oh my god, I didn't.
I don't know. I don't work with corporate people.
yeah,
that's
that's
you
true.
to tell me. So for today's topic, we're going to talk about quitting.
Yes, quitting. When do you quit? When do you pull the plug? And when do you just say enough?
Enough.
Is enough.
Enough is enough.
Never enough. Okay, I mean, go.
Me?
Yeah, first.
Quitting, right? I feel like everybody will always have that feeling of, when should I quit?
That's true.
I remember the moment when I had that feeling in my last company, agency, right? Is when I felt like I'm not being used enough. Which is
Do
weird
you
thing
want
to say.
to be used? Like, okay, shall we use you a lot more after
No,
this? Or how?
it's not like being quote unquote used. It's like
Utilized to your full potential.
yeah,
is it? Oh,
I feel
okay.
like during that time,
Uh-huh.
I wasn't being used for my own credibility. I'm not gonna say expertise because I'm not expert in anything, but more to it's like, oh, she can write ish.
Can you really?
Shut up.
Try spell pneumonia for me now.
PNUMONIA.
PNEUMONIA. See this girl? I told you already
I
many
said
times.
I can write. I didn't say I can spell.
In order to write, you need to spell, right?
There's this thing called autocorrect. So
You know, this is giving the same energy as when the teacher said, "You're not gonna have the calculator with you all year
speaking
round."
of teachers, I remember when I was I think standard 3, we were supposed to spell pembangunan. I spelled with 1 G. We were supposed to I spelled with
There's
2
only
G.
1 G.
Yeah,
What are you saying?
I
Oh my
spelled
God.
with 2 G's. It was supposed to be
Pembangunan.
yes.
Elok lah tu.
And I had to like I also misspelled minute.
How the do you misspell minute?
I don't know.
I do not want to know actually. You know, if I know, I think I'll go depressed.
Coming back to the topic, quitting, right? I quit because I just felt like I know my BM writing is horrendous, but they still, I understand they're like pushing me to be better in my bahasa writing, right? But I just felt like I want something else. I want something that is English, at least something that I understand.
The
Okay.
chapter manusia tak pernah bersyukur.
You, Daniel, you literally said we always have this problem whenever we have to translate our media release to bahasa. You be like, I write like a police report.
Because I mean,
What? What you want to say? What?
that's true lah. I have no defense to that, Your Honor.
But I remember I never rage quit. I was like hinting to a lot of my colleagues for, I think 3 months prior, like, oh, I want to quit. I cannot do this.
You're like edging them on.
Yeah,
lah.
I'm edging them on, but I'm not. I don't think that is considered as a quiet quitting, right?
No, quiet quitting is usually when you basically have nothing to lose anymore, and you're just so done, and you're burnt out to a point where you don't really care about what's gonna happen after. That's
Yeah.
quiet quitting. That's like, okay, whatever. I'll just do what is expected of me at a minimum level and move on with my day. That's quiet quitting. It's not like hinting is not quiet quitting. Hinting is not quiet.
Hinting is loud quitting? I don't think so. Loud quitting is something
Loud
different
quitting is
also.
I want to resign, not like that.
I remember I just hint to my seniors, I hint to my friends like, oh, I'm gonna leave this company soon. I cannot do this anymore because it's aside from like not having a lot of opportunities or the opportunities is given to me, it's not like, okay, this is a Gen Z thinking like it's not what I wanted, which is like, girl.
What is Gen Z thinking when it comes to
Like, speaking of a Gen Z with millennial work
yeah,
ethics,
we're both Gen Zs with a millennial work ethic, so we're just like smack dab in between with basically an identity crisis.
it's like, oh, I don't want to do that job. Don't give me that job. kind of thinking. But then because I have a millennial ethic, right? So if you give me that job, I don't like it, I'll just do the bare minimum.
Yeah, and you complain.
Yeah, and then I complain.
But complain is part of the process lah. Whenever you're working.
But then, like, if you complain all the time, until when are you gonna justify for you being there? You know what I mean? Like, once you started, okay, you complain once is fine. Complain twice for a different thing is fine. But complaining the same thing over and over and over and over again, wouldn't that makes you feel like, why am I complaining so much? Why won't I do something and change my life?
Unfortunately, those people who complain, they don't see that.
That's what I saw. That's why I left.
At least
that
you're
company.
self-aware. Like some people, they just keep complaining on and on and on and on and on. But it's like whenever they look into the reflection in the mirror, like it's nothing there.
Yeah lah. That's the thing.
They're like, I am not the problem. The system is the problem. I said, you are the problem, Linda.
Who's Linda?
I don't know.
Bob's Burger. So what about you? Have you ever? How did you quit?
My previous job?
Yeah. Did you rage quit or did you?
Oh no, not rage quit. I had a mental breakdown at work. Literally, my boss was like, okay. My previous director, as tough as she was, as strict and like as fierce as she was, I always refer to her as like the Miranda Priestley reincarnate because she's damn good at her job and she's very anal about a lot of things. So I was under her wings for that 6 months, and I think that pressure during that time, that 23-year-old me was just not able to. Was it 23?
22, right?
24.
You're 27 now. Allah, come on, lah, guy.
Don't remind
guy,
me.
girl, come on, lah, girl. I'm 28.
No, you look, you. I'm having a stroke. Wait.
When are you not having a stroke, Daniel? You're always having a stroke. On the podcast, in real life, during work time.
I smell burning toast. What was the topic? What was the point of discussion again?
Honestly, I also forgot.
Quitting. Yeah, me quitting. So I think at that point, it was too much for me to sort of like understand at that age. So I was just like, okay, I am gonna go and I'm gonna take like 6 months completely off from like applying and like whatever, right? So that's what I did. Sort of like quote unquote went on a spiritual journey to find myself, whether like this industry is the right fit for me or not. And then fast forward to February 2024, I joined SW, and then here we are.
Here we are in SW.
Here we
I remembered. Okay, do you remember, since you just told us that you took like a 6 month off, right? At that time, are you working on anything like retail or no?
Completely just like figuring myself out, and really I wanted to see if like this is actually something that I want to do and not go. I always say this, I rather have a mental breakdown at work than have a mental breakdown going to work. Serious, because having a when you have a mental breakdown going to work, it already signals that job is not for you. What?
That's true.
When you have a mental breakdown at work, it could be because like, I forgot to feed my cats this morning, so like you spiral there, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
If wherever you go, just try to keep that in mind, lah.
Because
do you rather have a mental breakdown at work or going to work?
Honestly speaking,
you rather not have a mental breakdown at all.
It's tiring, guys.
But come on, I mean,
we all crashing out right now.
Yeah.
I feel like crashing out is something like a Gen Z would say.
Crashing out. Okay, crashing out is basically throwing tantrum, but a valid tantrum. I mean, the tantrum is warranted. Okay, you're just like you're not just going around complaining and whinging about things, but you're actually just like, okay, this thing has been piling up for like
a while.
So this is my time to just like kaput.
Like when you quit, right? Did you told anybody before you quit that?
I would always. That's a very tricky part actually, because
did you just like here?
Okay, you have to bleep this. When I was working at that was what I did. I was like, okay, this is my notice.
You could?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
This is my notice. I cannot work with this manager. Blah 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 blah. So I'm leaving.
Damn.
I'm ruthless that way. I don't care because is a very big company.
Yeah.
The moment you die today, they replace you in 15 minutes. What?
Yeah.
So that's what they did anyway. Like whatever. Then I went to a much smaller boutique agency, and that one I told my seniors first because I sort of like wanted to.
That one with the Miranda Priestley guy.
Yeah. The one Yeah, the Miranda Priestly reincarnate. So I consulted with them, said, hey, how do I actually, not to say get on her good side, or like, at first I would try to mitigate the situation first, like whether I need to resign or this is just like, first joiner jitters. But after that, I couldn't bear with it, so I quit. And I told, like, when I quit, right, she said, you think wherever you go, like, with this attitude of yours, you're gonna get a job.
That's the thing.
It's a dog eat dog world out there. And then that was when I handed in my notice, and he said, okay, you keep your notice first. You come back to me in the next two days. And then the next day I come to work, she called me to her desk and said, yeah, I was unfair to you yesterday. If you want to resign, just please resign. So I was like, okay. I cannot tahan you anymore. Bye.
This is the thing about, okay, I have to go through like 3 bosses before I finally handed my resignation. Because at that time we were going through a transitioning of bosses. So the current boss that I had, they were rarely in the office because they were going through the transition to another department, right, in the same company.
Because they were also government people.
I mean, I'm not to say that. And then I went through them, and I had to go to the new bosses that coming in the next year because I quit in December.
Okay.
So in January they will have a new boss. So those new boss is already like one of our seniors there anyway.
Okay.
So I also tell them like, oh, I'm leaving the company, and so like I'm just telling you because you are my senior and you're my editors, and you knows both of my parents. So this is just me quitting in a very good way.
It's a courteous way to exit a company lah.
Because I've never worked in a big agency before. That was my first big agency. I used to work like retail. Even during retail, my boss was like, oh, why would you want to quit? You can just stay and then work part-time. But then I told him like, I cannot see myself doing part-time. As much as I can multitask, but I feel
I'm
like
high maintenance, guys. Retail salary will not sustain me.
it's not that, but I never thought myself to work at a retail company for a long time. I just don't see myself like working shift hours all the time. And then I went to
that agency.
That agency that I was still working shift, but it's better lah. It's a better pay, right? And then one thing. Okay, this is something that I just want to put out there to the bosses for any company that is hiring or like getting.
You have people leaving.
Right? Is try not to like guilt trip them.
Well, I mean,
guilt trip the employee who's leaving, because sometimes it's not because of you. It's not because of There are like pillars, I guess. I don't know. There's pillars where they quit. Either they got burned out because of a specific person in the company.
Yep.
They get burned out because they cannot maintain their lifestyle, or they cannot maintain their commitment with the salary of the company. Or third, they found another opportunity.
Yep.
That's all. And I don't know. I'm not a boss. Okay, I'm just an employee, and I will never be a boss to save my life because I don't want to take care of anybody. Okay?
She can barely take care of herself.
I can barely take care of my 2 cats. Okay. Do you think I have the time to take care of like 10 people?
Look at her properly. Look at her in the eyes and see if this person is able to take care of 15 people.
See? I cannot even take care of him.
Yeah, that's true.
You think
I cannot take care of myself also.
So like when I was going through those 3 bosses, right? They always like, I understand there's this thing called counter offer. But the thing is, if an employee already said, oh, I'm sorry, I cannot do this, I gotta go, I found another opportunity, and this is like, I'm not saying that this is a good paying job, it's just like, this is, people leave is not because of money also.
Yep.
Most of the time, people leave because of the benefits of the company that offer.
Yep. And if I may add to that also, right? For me, usually the reason why I leave companies is because either one, I don't see myself fitting in with like the culture of the company. Or 2, it's just because it's starting to affect how I operate. And what I mean by that is, the moment I start to dysfunction a little bit, it's going to affect the work quality. And from before that happens, and before like it affects the whole entire team dynamics, I might as well take myself out of the situation. Because I do not want to cause other people to like, pick up my slack. And the third one is just because I think at that point I mean you never stop learning. This is something that my previous director also told me, you will never stop learning. But in order for you to enrich the knowledge well that you have, sometimes you have to go and make like tough decisions, and maybe that means going and
Through the
see in a
motion.
different direction.
Yeah.
Even though it's within the same, but just go and see into a different direction, like be in a different environment and see how can that further enrich your knowledge and how
Yeah.
it's going to progress your career, right?
Yeah.
It's not necessarily because, it's not all negative.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be all negative. And I think it like when people quit, they have this like bosses have this negative connotation that you're not strong enough, you're not diligent enough, you don't see all of the things that we've done for you. No, I see, I acknowledge, and I will forever be thankful, and I will forever keep whatever it is that you've learned inside my heart.
Yeah,
And,
I mean, I feel like because like okay, I've never been in a corporate company long enough to deal with like those kind of bosses, right? And once I was in an agency with a lot of ass bosses. The feeling is different, because at that time I just felt like, okay, this is a big company, I can just leave, But then what I would like bosses to feel is like, appreciate the time that we already there, and we want to quit in a full
you don't want to burn
dignity.
bridges, lah.
Yeah, we don't want to burn
Because
bridges.
honestly, I think the both of us knowing like I know like from the time that I've known you and the time that you've known me, burning bridges is such a tiring thing to do.
And plus, right,
Why?
unless it's something that is
Like gasoline is
I-
expensive already. Why do we want to burn bridges now?
I know some of my, acquaintances that burns bridges because they just couldn't like handle the workload there. And I get it. Quitting is not a bad thing for me lah. Personally, if I feel like I have that thought, it's like, I cannot do this anymore with this company, I will leave. Because why would I burden myself, my mental health, and the people around me complaining about this company and not taking any action?
Yep.
What's the point, right? I remember when any of my friends was like, I'm tired with this company, I would always say to them, like, quit, find another job. Because what's the point?
Yeah.
Okay, when you start crying because of a job, leave, not because of the work. Crying because of the work is different.
Yeah, that's true. There's a very fine line between it.
There's a fine line there. Crying because of a job,
It's different than crying because of doing the work.
yeah. Crying doing the work because you feel frustrated, you cannot finish the work.
Yeah, that's true.
Crying because of a job because you are so done with that job.
Yep.
You burned out, you're just tired, you
Yep.
just don't know what to do anymore, and there's no outlet. That's why you cry.
Crying because of the work is an external thing.
Yeah.
Crying because of the job is an internal thing within you.
Yeah. So for those out there like feeling,
Professor like macam lah perempuan ni hari ni.
I don't know, I feel like quitting is such a it's
It's a very near and dear topic to your heart, huh?
because again, I'm not a boss, so
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe in the future episode I'll bring up like an owner.
Suddenly she's a owner of like multi-million, like
Probably not multi-millionaire lah, but maybe like a small
maybe she sells
company.
cosmetics.
Who?
I don't know. You
do
look
I
like one who will start a multi-level marketing scheme. Learn from the knowledge when you got scammed the other day lah. Make money.
Guys, this is you know what? This is why I don't know what to say anymore. I don't know what to say anymore.
Yeah, but I think you brought a very good points lah, actually.
because I have friends that complaining about their job, and then whenever we told them like, just quit lah. Okay, let me be very, 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 very clear. Finding a job in Malaysia is not easy. That's correct. Having a backup plan is good. Mm-hmm. But how long until you find that backup plan is the question.
That's true. When I resigned from my previous company, I had no backup plan. Literally nothing, like zero.
Then that's stupid lah for me.
I mean, but I think sometimes you just have to do that. You just have to pull those kind of actions to make you realize. Because for me, at the end of the day, I don't really care much about how much I make, but I like being able to contribute and do my job wholeheartedly.
Yeah, but like I guess
It's not always about money.
I guess it depends. It depends on like how much what did they say? It's like
She's having a stroke also, guys. Call ambulance now.
how much like a blanket, like a safety blanket that you have after you quit. Sorry to say lah, Daniel, you are a single man
Yep.
who still live with your mother.
Yes.
Right. And like you don't have any other commitments, right? But like for a person, regardless their gender, right, they have a family, they have kids, they have like commitments. Your only commitment, if I'm not mistaken, is either your perfume,
Oi!
your pop mark, or your car, which you don't even use. Which I'm like, huh? Okay, fine, whatever, lah, kind. And then like and then there's other people who's like having like 3 kids, working a retail job, and they cannot like simply quit, right? So I feel like it depends. For me, you should have a backup plan.
Yep.
At least if you I remember when I before I got into SW, right? I really want to quit. I wanted to quit. I almost went to a retail just like lah. But then SW like reach out, I was like, oh, thank God. I don't have to work in retail anymore.
I don't have to fold clothes at 10 in the
And then now I feel like, oh, I want to work in retail now.
I don't think it's for our age already to work in retail.
Who say?
Trust me, okay. The moment you wake up from like folding clothes at 10 p.m.
Who say you need to be fold clothes?
What are you gonna do?
I don't know. Sell
what?
Sell Toto.
Just that
I mean, it's haram. Sell Toto.
Printing numbers, right? Okay,
Just
number
printing
please.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then can sell to Shengray.
Shengrai,
Shengray.
Aimi is going to open a new Toto business.
Me wearing a tudung, open a Toto. You think what? Islamic banker?
Okay lah, you don't have to wear the
Holy
tudung. You
hell.
can just wear like the anak tudung and then wear a wig. Then you look like Chinese already. So you can make a Chinese accent.
Do I look like Chinese right now?
You look very Leng Loi.
Wow. I don't know what is that. Is that
Leng Loi
racist?
is a pretty girl.
Aw, I'm pretty.
Disgusting. Continue.
Oh, come on. Don't be like this to me. Let me have a moment.
You've had your moments. Is there any more questions that's in there?
No, it's more like, okay, I have this iPad to show like what type of
The prompts
the
that she
prompts
has.
that I have. There's a part where it talks about like, oh, there's 59% of global workers are quietly quitting. I feel like boring lah.
This is not the channel for that.
You know, this is not a channel.
This is the channel for us to shit talk about people about our lives and complain until no end. So we are also complainers.
Who isn't? Everybody's a
The
complainer.
only thing that we haven't quit is complaining.
I feel like you said just now, complaining is like an outlet.
No, it's complain. Okay, here's the thing. There's an art to how you complain, okay? Especially when we talk about jobs and how you complain to quit about jobs, right? You complain, you have an action plan. You complain, you don't have action plan.
You shut up.
You go dig grave.
You go dig grave.
Go dig grave, go lie in it, and then just bury yourself again.
We talked about like quiet quitting. We talk about rage quitting. We give like our points of view of like how we quit our previous job and how we handle the quitting. How we, give hints, not giving hints. Like just put a literally paper like say I'm quitting, right? But Daniel is actually quitting too.
Hello, I'm Daniel.
Today is actually our last episode with Daniel in HR Won't Like This because he will be leaving SW Strategies.
Yeah, it's sad lah. I mean, honestly, it's like it's really sad because no, we have this prepared already. No, okay, but yes, today will be my last feature in HR Won't Like This. It's been fun. It's been amazing. I've had nothing but great things and great experiences so far at SW Strategies, and being able to do a lot of things that if I were to do it in other companies, it would not have flown. So for that, I just want to take this moment to say thank you for all of you, this small little world that we've built. Even if I'm not here, you still have Aimi. She will still entertain you guys. I will still be in the shadows somewhere.
Well, I mean, just because he's quitting doesn't mean that he's quitting being my friend. Because he's not like, okay, he is not leaving Malaysia. That's for sure. He's still gonna be here, and I'm still gonna hang out with him. It's just like,
we're just in two different, we're two parallel lines in terms of like our work. But we're still gonna go hang out. You're still gonna see me in stories.
Why? What made you quit?
I think, I just wanted to go and look at new things to further, see how different situations can add to like my career journey. And I think this is a necessary step for me to move forward, for me to progress, and also for me to chart my own path. This is me charting my own path. This is me not to say doing myself a favor, but more like I said, it's a necessary step for me personally. Like SW will always and forever be that like a part of my life that I hold very near and dear to, because no other company has given me, like I said, the opportunities as well as, the companions that I've made along the way. The You don't cry right now because it's gonna make me cry also. Yeah, the companions that I made along the way I will cherish forever, and I just hope I've made some impact in your lives throughout my time here. I just hope there's something that, within the working space that I've left that you guys can like carry forward. It doesn't have don't follow my shenanigans lah. That one don't lah.
Well,
Like
too late. Too late.
People say do as I say, not as I do. Okay? But the positive things, if there's any, feel free to take that and move on.
Oh, I'm gonna cry.
This is not goodbye forever lah.
I don't want to cry in front of camera, but this is the saddest part about quitting, right? Where your friend that you made is leaving the company and you cannot talk about. It's not like you cannot talk about the other's company stuff or whatnot, right? It's more of a, what if there's a conflict of interest? The trust that you had with them and the trust that they have with the new company, right?
It's completely gonna be different lah. It's a different because it's a new environment. It's a new process altogether, and definitely there's some time getting used to. But the old saying goes, time heals all wounds.
Are you gonna miss SW strategies?
Of course I am. Of course I am going to.
Are you gonna miss me?
What are you talking about?
The shenanigans that I will call you early in the morning or you call me early in the morning.
You can call me early in the morning still. It's just a matter of like, can you wait for a while? I'm making coffee. That's always the first response I tell you. Like, wait for a while, I'm making coffee. But you can still call me.
What about me calling you, Daniel? Can you check my email? Can you check my pitch? I'm gonna miss that moment.
That one I cannot do it. That one I cannot help anymore. But like I said, what I've taught you all this while, or like anything that I've done, or like I've showed you to like make sure you yourself are prepared. Go.
I feel like I'm losing a parent though.
Thank God I don't have grey hair anymore.
We did not even address that.
Yeah, actually, yeah. So yeah, I mean, by the way, just a quick side note, I lost my IC the other day. I lost my whole entire wallet while we went climbing. So in order to get a new IC, right, you have to like have natural colored hair, whatever the that means. So I had to cut all of my silver hair out. But anywho,
this is a nice tissue, by the way.
Hey, this is expensive now,
Hey, Premier, please sponsor us. No lah, it's just like, things that we've gone through. I feel like throughout the whole season.
Yeah, this is the first season of Shower Like This lah.
The whole episode that I feel like everybody would understand that me and Daniel were the first one to start with Jose on this SW strategies, 2.0. Even he himself, who was once a guest with us, told that, right? And it's kind of sad seeing your friend leave, but this is the this is what real life is.
Yeah.
You cannot stay. It's not you cannot stay in a company very, very
You
long.
can.
You can if you wanted to, but then if you get a better opportunity, why not? Because we're still young. We're gonna make mistakes, and
It's not just better opportunity, I think, but if you this is
You
just
just want to
something-
spread your wings.
Yeah, this is just something
and
that I want to
fly.
share. Like maybe my last words. What?
Don't say last words. Don't say it.
It's crashing out. No, but like my last words at Hisham were like this lah. As someone who's gone to multiple therapy sessions to rewire my brain, right? Something that my therapist told me is at the end of the day, you only have yourself to fall back to. And the support system that you made along the way, fine, they're there, but they're not an extension. They are just there to support you where they can because they also have some other things that they have to deal with, right? The only person who knows yourself better is you. You know what you need to do to advance. You know what you need to do to be a better human being in general lah. So have a sit down with yourself, with your thoughts, and see like how are you going to architect your own life. Because yes, maybe some companies, they do play an instrumental role in your growth, the mentorship, the everything, right? But it's also a two-way street because if you don't put the work in yourself, no matter how far the foundations have been laid down, if you don't do the work, if you don't put in the work to get better, you will never achieve anything. So this is my work that I need to do to move forward with my life and to make room for other people to grow. Itulah mutiara kata saya. Tiba.
Honestly, I could not have done this without him. If it wasn't for him giving me like this, energy and like this, I don't say passion, but more towards like support to do this podcast, I don't think we would even be here.
I mean.
This is so weird.
Yeah, this is weird.
this
We
is-
never show emotions to each other. We do like show
We
emotions.
do. I mean, we do. We do.
But like this is us being two vulnerable two vulnerable women sitting in front of the camera, breaking our silence.
woman. Okay.
But yeah. Any more,
No, thank you, Daniel, for being like a very good friend
No
to
lah.
me and for being my mentor ever since we started.
Thank you also for always keeping me in check. Like you are one of
Okay, stop. That I cannot. I'll be sad.
Okay.
To hear that.
I'll save that
one-
for my farewell speech.
On that note,
The first season of HR Won't Like This
is
wrapping up.
so. This is not the end of HR One Like This. I just need to take a small break just to freshen up and bring new ideas to the table to see like what's next for HR One Like This. And with that, please follow us on Spotify. If you want to listen to us, we also are on Spotify. You can hit notification button, subscribe button on our YouTube
wherever
page.
it's gonna be.
It's gonna be like here, I think. You guys can also watch our previous episodes. It's gonna
Pop up here.
It's gonna pop up either here or here. Yeah, if you wanna follow us on socials, we have our TikTok and Instagram down below.
Leave your comments also lah. Let us know what you feel about quitting and how you handle the process after.
So please share this video to all of your friends who is like thinking about, should I quit? Should I not quit? Maybe this is gonna give them a fresher perspective. Like, oh, probably, yeah. This podcast is brought to you by SW Strategies, our company that give us the platform to do this. Bye, guys.
With that, will see you guys in the next season, and I'll see you whenever I can. Bye.
This podcast is brought to you by SW Strategies, a regional public relations and public affairs firm with presence all across Southeast Asia.